Good morning. Welcome to Weirdo Woo Woo. We are going to be pulling some cards today. If you want to stick around and see if there's a message for you, fantastic. If not, have a fabulous day. For those who do stick around, friendly reminder, you are a sovereign being of your life, and you get to determine if, how, when, where, why any of these messages might apply. So my suggestion is, whatever you do, don't Cinderella shit to make it fit. Fantastic. All right. We're going to dive in. I am getting, some people might need to be doing a little bit of a crown protection. Either veiling or I'm hearing anointing, like with oil. It feels like the crown might be either overstimulated or overactive. I started this like within 3 seconds. I was like, we're going to do an energy check-in. And I was like, energy doesn't sound right. So the word energy might be, you might be experiencing a lot of energy and it's impacting your crown is what I want to say. And with energy, it's not always discernible or decipherable. Especially when there's a lot of it at once. And so I think that there just might be some need to pay attention to that is what I just want to say. You also may need to get outside in nature, or however it is that you clear some of the energy out. But that just seems like something, a message that wants to come through. So, and that's for those that resonates with, obviously. Alrighty, so today is Wednesday, and normally I do a coffee and tarot, and I was going to get on when I had my coffee, but I had a meeting earlier today, and I couldn't do it, so, and I'm doing a much better job of what I put into my body. Now, earlier I probably should have done, I definitely upped my electrolytes. That might be something also for someone. I don't know why I'm discussing it exactly like this. Giving a lot of detail, but I'm drinking my electrolytes now, so I don't have my coffee, but this is going to be a coffee and tarot, okay, because this is when we normally do it. You don't have to come to the table with coffee. This is just the energy and the essence of having coming together and having a sesh with spirit. The premise behind coffee and tarot is that there is no parameters being placed on spirit. Spirit gets to come through and have a conversation with you about anything that it wants to. So we don't come to it with any kind of intentions, goals, parameters, time frames. Not to say that you won't get specifics and details, but it really puts it in spirit's corner and they get to determine what needs to come through and what needs to be discussed. So I always say pull up a chair, grab a blanket, go curl up on that fluffy couch, get your coffee, tea, matcha, lemon water, or your electrolytes, settle in, and let's see what spirit has to say today, okay? Alrighty. Long enough intro. Long enough intro. Alright, we're going to start with the Archangel Tarot. There's a lot of echo and reverb off of when I hit the table. I'm hearing the metal parts hum. Let's see here. If you find things being pointed out to you, like you're picking up on details you wouldn't normally, and you're like, okay, or if you feel like spirit, or you're getting downloads, you're getting any kind of information that you normally wouldn't, and it's like being highlighted to you, there's a purpose and intent behind that. Again, that could also be why the crown is feeling the way that it is that there's just a lot, like things that you don't normally pick up on, or things that are not normally highlighted, like you're really getting lots of little hits and things. There is a reason behind it, is what I want to say. And it is good to take note of those things. those details that are popping out right now at you. Okay, so it goes, there's little details that are popping out at you. And then as soon as I finished on saying that, I heard oddly enough. And then they waited a second and they're like, oddly enough. Like they wanted me to say oddly enough. Now, I don't know if somebody else said that in their mind. I don't know. Oddly enough. Like there's something to it, oddly enough, is what they wanted me to complete the sentence. They were adamant about that. I'm like, alrighty. Didn't feel like that was pertinent, but okay. Here we go. Awakening, looking at things from a different perspective. This is in traditional tarot would be called Hanged Man. I feel like that's noticing the different things. I heard putting 2 and 2 together. Plans will be revised. There's a lot more going on than meets the eye. Somebody doesn't like the plans will be revised. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Look at all the blue. Jesus. Take time to rest. I feel like that's the Crown. Give yourself some grace is what I heard with making decisions. Kind of like put your mind at ease a little bit before working through or feeling through something. I think because plans need to be revised, there's a sense of give yourself some grace to do such. Sorry, I'm listening to my children upstairs. You'd think age gaps would help. It does not. It's amazing how a teenager can act like they're on the level of, I'm like, man, y'all killing me. There's going to be a different approach that's going to require you to revise some plans, revise something. You may pick up on details now that you have either missed or felt like weren't pertinent, like those things are going to be highlighted to you. And that's where it's that realizing that that's important or that those are things that are happening. That's what prompts the revision. Give yourself the space and the grace to figure out the changes that need to be made. Maybe clear your mind so that you can approach this the way that you need to. And it's funny, we have the 10 of Cups down here. These are the positive, it talks about things that are going to, something with this that allows you to be happy and content, but also not just within the self, not just within your energy, but with those around you. So I feel like there's other people, whether this is like family, soul family, work environment, I'm not really sure. And something about this revision, I think, brings also some of this in. And this could be location change. We have been talking about that a lot. Where there's this reciprocal relationship between you and your environment. because 10 of Cups is more than just the self right here. And it's talking about trustworthy relationships. It's definitely something that benefits more than just yourself. There may be some kind of change. And now they're also bringing me to the idea of vacation, which gives me the sense of like let's say, I don't know why it has the same energy as like a detour, like a little something extra added happens. It's not like it, I don't feel like the trajectory of where you're going changes. I think instead of it being like a straight shot, it may be like this, and that might feel irritating to somebody, but it's going to take you into places and spaces where I feel like people are going to be collected. Like it actually is the quicker route to creating this harmonious dynamic and having trustworthy relationships coming in, having those around you well taken care of. There's something about that. But it's not like I don't want it to sound like it's a pivot, like it's a complete path change, like it's a complete, it's just, you know, I don't know why I'm getting this has got to be for somebody. This is very specific, but it's like you may have a plan. They're giving me this as like an idea. Like you may have a plan to move, but before then, you're like going to go on some kind of reprieve vacation type thing. Like you're going to be called somewhere. And it's giving the energy of like, oh, that's not very, it's not that it's not feasible. It's like that's not very, I don't know if I want to say smart. Like somebody feels like I need to be focused on this. Like my energy needs to be focused on this. And they're saying, look at it differently. Yes, you're on a particular path, but any curves or bends in the road are intentional, purposeful, and there is a removing yourself, whether it's vacation, going somewhere, getting away, a reprieve, whatever it is, there is a removal of your energy from a particular space. And I want to say trajectory. It just feels like it's like detoury, but it's not adding time. It's as if something gets added into your current time frame, which that alone could stress some people out. Thinking, oh, I ain't got time for that. I have to do it. And it's like, no, you ain't got time not to. So, and it takes you, again, it brings trustworthy individuals into your life or connections or spaces. It's also something that is good, I want to say, for the people that are around you. This is a mutually beneficial thing. This isn't just like, I need to get away, I need to clear my mind for my mental health, for me, to make me harmonious. It's like, this is going to make the whole entire situation harmonious. We've got the Star card, which is about being guided, being directed. You are on the right path with this. So when this shows up, it's not an indication that you're on the wrong path or that you're completely changing and pivoting directions. It's actually a way to help you with making positive long-term plans. So there's some way that you pick up that's going to help with the trajectory that you're moving on. So if things are added, if there's any kind of revisions to plans, it's not an indication of things going wrong, things changing, or a desire to overwhelm you. It's actually meant to better the situation, okay? And I get the sense it's going to be enjoyable. So like, just know that this is being thrown into the mix by Spirit, is what I want to say. Seven might be 7, 7, 17. So So sevens are obviously that's an indication for somebody. Yeah, so this talks about unnecessary worry. Seven of Pentacles feels like, again, I think that you worry this is going to elongate something. Like change timetables or postpone. Like we think detour and think, oh, this is taking me out of my way. Not exactly. Not exactly, actually. Not at all, they said. So when there's any type of changes, there's no need to worry. There's no need to worry. And just your perspective should be, this is intentional and purposeful. Spirit's guiding me. I'm still on the right path. Okay? They don't want you to change your perspective. Again, do not switch to, oh, things aren't going according to plan. Everything's changed now. Everything's going to blah, blah, blah. That's not what they're saying. That's not what it means at all. So you might feel as you're picking up something that you're lacking. That's what it is. This detour is going to address something that's missing. Something that you're lacking. I was going to say, I feel like that might be why you feel like I can't. And again, that may actually play, that came through. Like, I can't do this. I don't have, like, the money needs to be for this. And, like, this is my goal. This is my trajectory. I don't get the sense, I got to be honest with you, that you're, like, having to put out money for something. But your mind might think, I can't because of, you know, whatever. Five of Pentacles, though, this is something that's missing, that's lacking, that... they just said essential, which is not how I use it. Something essential to moving forward. And so that's what this detour is about. We're going to call the Four of Swords a detour. This is like a pause, a reprieve, you know, all those kinds of things. Like but it's not really a pause in the sense of timetable, though. They keep stressing that. Alrighty. What else did you want to bring out? Ooh, baby. It's going to add to a very important achievement. It's going to add to something about it. Like, this is going to be a victory. It's going to make something very harmonious. Again, it makes it better for you and everybody involved. It brings in trustworthy individuals. Okay, so tell us more about the detour then. Let's just talk about the detour. Anything else, anything you want to provide us about that? Fallen Angel Oracle. Guys, I just realized we have 777, which is usually like jackpot, which is like extreme luck, you know, in the human essence. It's very divine guidance if you're thinking more spiritual meanings. And then we have the 17 card. So 7 and 17 is very important. I get irritated when things mess up the cards, because these cards be doing all kinds of, I can just set it like this and just pick up my hand and it still spins. Like, this is my OCD. This is my OCD. History, celebration, change. Ugh, they tell me to whip out those other 3 cards I put back. Okay, I put them up. Upheaval. Transformation. respite. Respite does go along with the reprieve, the detour, the break, the pause. Reset. I feel like saying history has taught you. There's something about historically how you've responded to upheaval. And I'm getting this sense like anything that remotely feels like an upheaval, your body responds a certain way. Even if it's exceptionally positive, nothing negative, like your body senses an upheaval or maybe interprets something as an upheaval. And all upheavals being negative because of something that has happened in your past. There may have been major transformations before that didn't go according to plan, or just like very large changes in life. That might also be why you're not keen on detours or anything being added, because when that happens, something goes wrong. But they're reminding us that history does not dictate, okay, whether a tower moment is going to be positive or negative. This is a reason to be celebratory. This is a very celebratory change. This is a celebratory development. It's not an upheaval. It's transformation. And it's actually going to make things easier on you. They really want to talk about this because they don't want you to be like jolted by it. They don't want you to respond. Again, I think somebody's in the right energy but there's something within you that wants to maybe question and gets on alert when little things are added. This definitely is somebody who, once they're sold on a particular path or settled within, okay, I've surrendered to this, you add anything else and it brings up a level of anxiety. I want to say somebody, again, we've talked about this before, they might be mentally, emotionally, and spiritually prepared and ready, but the body is not, because it has encoded change in the past as upheaval, because that's the way it felt, that's the way it was expressed, because it was an upheaval. And so any slight change, the body may interpret it as that way. But I'm getting whatever's being added actually feels good if you just allow it. So your initial body response to this, I guess, may throw you a bit, but if you just move through it and just go with it, go with the flow, it's going to be exceptionally enjoyable, is what I want to say. And I also feel like saying this is going to give you, it's going to make everything easier for you and those around you, okay? So this may help you with whatever impending transition there's going to be. Like, I get the feeling of this respite, this detour helps you prepare in a way for what's to come, for the change and the development. And it can be through people, meeting people, making new relationships, connections, things like that. That can definitely be a part of that. And they won't let me go of like an important achievement. Like, it allows you to achieve something really important. And I can't tell if it, remember I was like, energy check it, like if it's just the energy of things, like that's an exceptionally, or if it's a person, it could be a combination of those things. But there's something really important that allows this to be successful. So, Hermetic Tarot, we're going to Hermetic Tarot. How quickly is this quote-unquote detour going to come through? And I keep getting the energy of it's taking me away. Like, I'm going here, be some of you all watching this where you encounter somebody going through this on their detour. That's a flip. That's a flip right there. And then the energy is super peaceful. Like, it is super peaceful. It's not chaotic. It's not, you know, kind of thing. It's super peaceful. Queen of Wands. Two of Pentacles. Queen of Wands is at her best and most powerful when she takes and does things for her. Okay? Like fueling her sense of self-worth and self-respect and self-love and truth when she's within her power and she is honoring herself. And that is the driving force for decisions. That's when she's exceptionally powerful. She's very confident in this. It's already decided. You can maintain the confidence in the trajectory that you're going. You're still going there. It's still happening. Whatever that long-term thing is, it's already decided. It's already so. So with the Two of Pentacles of like which path, it's already decided. There's no need to waffle on your confidence within that. When do we gotta? It's here. Ooh. I don't know why I just had Chapel Rune. God, what have you done? You know, the Pink Pony Club one? But it's just that little line. I'm like, okay. Whatever this is that's meant to manifest is coming into your reality. It is manifesting and you are bringing it into your reality. It is your truest desire. It is happening. Why am I having such issues with this? So, is there I mean, the energy of Win is actually feeling pretty imminent. The Magician card is pretty imminent. It is manifesting. The Hierophant it's here in your reality. Ace of Wands is, it appears, it begins. It initiates. So I really feel like somebody's going to get news really, really quickly. Ace of Wands for me is usually a day. It's like the Wands. I go Wands, Swords, Cups, Pentacles if I'm asking. Like within 24 hours, some of you may be receiving information of, it's really going to bring about a lot of, it's going to spin things to the positive, which we've already gotten. You might meet this King of Pentacles, because that does not feel like you. But whatever this spin is, Chariot of Earth pushes things in the reality. That's why we've got the Magician and the Hierophant here. It spawns it to show up. This detour, I feel like, is picking up something necessary. Ace of Cups. Taking me back to the Five of Cups, picking up something that's missing. Your cup will be full from this. It's either, I mean, obviously we've got people, connections. So you may be encountering somebody that might be pivotal within this. What does the detour look like? What does the detour look like? Is this within work? Is this within, it's Six of Swords, victorious, King of Swords. What is this? Eight of Pentacles. Bear with me, guys. What does this detour look like? Fucking fast. Jesus, I swear to God. I feel like saying, hold on. It is coming in exceptionally fast. I'm going to say this is a definitely, from when you were watching this, within like, I'm getting 3 days. Within 3 fucking days, this detour comes in. The Strength card is like, hold the fuck on. We have the 2 fastest moving cards in the tarot deck. I know a lot of people want to sit there and argue about the Knight of Swords. First off, a sword, it has a finality to it. It can sever, utterly sever, but it doesn't move through the air as quickly as a wand. Okay? Wands always move faster. Knight of Wands, and even we have the Chariot here. We do have the fucking Chariot. This is going to be major, swift changes, but even the Chariot is not the fastest. See, Major Arcana talks about the overall energies. You want the details, you move to the Minor Arcana, okay? The 2 fastest moving cards in the tarot deck are the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Wands. Eight of Wands is spirit-led. It is the one that lacks a person in it, okay? In traditional Rider-Waite, I think it's the only card where the depiction does not have a person in it, because it is headed by spirit. It is led by spirit, okay? So this detour, actually, instead of decreasing or elongating the timetable, I think it actually helps to speed it up and make it much more pleasurable. So it's speeding up, they're saying an element of the path that you're on to make this much more pleasurable. Eight of Wands, spirit's involved. Knight of Wands, depending on you. That's when you choose to go after something. It's shit or get off the pot energy. It is either do this or don't. There's no hemming and hawing, back and forth. It is going for it. The Knight of Wands energy aligns really well with the full energy. Sometimes it can seem impulsive, but this isn't impulsive. It is guided by spirit. So this is something where you may feel, again, it rattles you a little bit. History says sometimes these sudden shifts don't, like, or something's added to plan and it ruffles your feathers. It's like, oh no, that usually messes something up. History does not dictate that this time, okay? That's just your body saying something. There's a very quick, swift movement with this, and it's like, hang on. I feel like whatever path you're on, it is meant to end up in a very pleasurable, happy, your emotional material needs being met, rewarding family life, good community around you. They're trying to bring elements of that in now, okay, to help with this. Six of Swords. I think this is because things have been pretty rough up to this point. You have experienced enough. Six of Swords is, he's coming in. It's a battle-worn soldier, right? Five of Swords, banged up, beaten, bruised, but not dead, like still in the game. Wasn't an easy task, but you made it through, right? That's the Six of Swords. King of Swords is very decisive energy. Seeing where things need to go and choosing things and knowing that your choices require action. Otherwise, it's just a thought. Eight of Pentacles is forward movement on that. So whatever this is, it's like a reward. It's to give you the fuel, the energy, the want, the desire. Because you've kind of been banged up a little bit. It's been rough. And they're like, it shouldn't have to remain rough any further. This little detour is actually gonna make everything feel so much better, more pleasurable, give you more drive, more follow through, more dedication, more prudence to the path that you're on. It's gonna give you the gumption and initiative and desire to actually make the decisions that you need to make, and follow through with it. Okay? It's going to give you the strength to push through. Because, and maybe it's not the detour that's so fast, but the changes and the transformation that would normally feel like an upheaval to you and send your body into some kind of a shock, they're like, we're going to send something in very pleasurable to make this transition feel like a celebration rather than an upheaval. So that when you do this and things begin to move exceptionally fast, you don't second guess yourself, because that's the energy of the Knight of Wands. You jump at it. You go full throttle. You throw yourself into it and with enthusiasm, and you know what I mean? And the strength and fortitude to see it through, right? And so actually the detour, it is helping, like I said in the beginning, it is helping. So this could very well be a person. This could very well be, I just keep hearing that little meme where they go, it's like a reward, you know, that sound bite that they use on all kinds of things. And so I feel like it perks you up, it excites you, it puts a drive in you. It definitely increases like the whole serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine kind of like balance, right? Like it brings you to life, which was the Ace of Wands that we had. Definitely brings you to life so that you move through this, where again, you move through whatever transformation, change, and development that's happening. That's the path that you're already on. You already know that you're trying to do that. And I think that you want to focus on that. And so something like a detour or distraction comes in. It's not a distraction, although it kind of is. It is something for you that's exceptionally pleasurable, makes the entire process pleasurable, easy, fun-loving. It benefits everybody that's involved in the process. So whatever this is, it's so that you don't have, history doesn't repeat itself, and you feel like some kind of existential crisis with this change and development is happening. That is fucking amazing, and that's what I would call in for anybody that has to go through major changes, transformations, developments, things like that, because this is a very positive change. And the energy in which you enter into this transition can color the direction, your perception, and everything else like that, and how you start, right? It's not what you do, it's the energy in which you fuel it with that frequently matters the most. And so if you're coming at it from this is upheaval, my body's having this reaction, everything feels like it's falling, like I can't, it's too much, like that's going to color how you approach anything that comes after this transformation, even if it's good. And so they're like, we're going to give you a bit of the good now to make sure that we can ride this wave. That's what they're saying. All right, Spirit, I'm really glad that you brought this forward. I hope this message finds whoever it's meant for. I'm going to go ahead and end it here, and I will see you guys in the next read.